Welcome to my office. Today we're here to do Unsolicited Advice Live. For anyone who doesn't know what Unsolicited Advice is our blog where we give dating and relationship advice to people who send us in anonymous emails. Today's anonymous email goes like this. Dear M and Z, I'm in love with your advice blog, and I tell people about how great and funny you two are all the time. You're seriously doing the Lord's work with your tough love and sass. Keep fighting the good fight. Hashtag forever Zababy.
Zababy. Now, I will try to keep this email short, but I seriously need to know what the fuckle is up with this guy I've been seeing. He is just all over the map, and I'm so goddamn confused.
So, I met Jake almost 2 months ago now at a party, and we hit it off immediately. We spent the whole night talking together, laughing, etc. It was like we were the only two people in the room and the only two people on Earth. Oh, that's beautiful. After that night, it was like a fairy tale romance. He texted me the next day saying something silly about how he hoped I wasn't hungover, and then we texted every day for nearly 2 weeks. Then, he asked me out on a proper date, to which I gladly agreed. We did the whole happy dating dance for nearly 2 months of first date, second date, third date, fourth date, fifth date, etc. Probably more fucking.
Maybe.
But she just said etc, so I don't know. After many dates and him spending many amazing nights at my apartment, it occurred to me that I had never been invited back to his place. So at the end of our next date, I asked him about it, and he brushed me off saying that his place wasn't as nice as mine, and he wanted to make things easier for me. At first, I thought this was nice, and I went along with it. Then a couple of days later, he was staying at my place, and things were getting hot and heavy on the couch, and he asked me if he could shower first, before we, fucked. I mentioned this to one of my friends, and her and I both agreed it was kind of weird, but like not that weird, because he could have just been working out before he came over here, or sweating at his job or something. Then, exactly this happened 3 more times. And every time I started noticing Jake was really greasy and sweaty every single time I saw him. The last and most weird thing to happen was one of the times he stayed at my place, he brought his overnight bag with him, like he always does. But when he forgot it, and sue me if you want to, but I snooped through it, she wrote that in all caps, so I assume there's sass behind it. Inside of his overnight bag, he had 3 sets of clothes, a bunch of toiletries, and regular stuff. Okay, that's normal. And, in all caps, his birth certificate, his passport, a pile of cash, a giant scary looking knife, a frying pan, 3 different cans, and a bunch of scraps of stuff I couldn't recognize. It really freaked me out, and I was concerned about it, but I didn't want to admit to him that I snooped. Whoa.
Yeah.
Those things are not equal.
Should have done it first off.
So when he came back for his bag, I just asked him if he was alright lately, in like a vague sort of way. He told me he was fine, and we dropped the whole thing. Later that week, I texted him to see if he wanted to come over, and he texted me back saying he was going to be busy for pretty much all of December with family stuff, and he would text me in January to see what's up. Harsh. I was so confused because this whole bag thing, and because I really thought that Jake liked me, and I was going to ask him to, and I thought he was going to ask me to be his girlfriend, but that text made it seem like things were casual. I was at a loss for words, so I just texted him back, what? I would have done the same.
Yeah.
And he said, sorry, wrong number, which made me even more confused, and I haven't texted him back since then. This was on Monday night, and I'm sending you this email Tuesday morning. I am so confused about what is going on with Jake. What the fuck? I don't even know where to start. Should I tell him I snooped and ask him what all that stuff was? Or should I just ask him about who he was sending that text to? Do you think it's another girl and that he wanted to see both of us casually? Does he want me to be his girlfriend? I do want to be his girlfriend because I like him a lot, but I also want to know what the fuck is going on. Please help me. Signed, so freaking confused.
Wow, what a roller coaster.
I am also so freaking confused. That is wild. But before we get to our take on the situation, now it's time for teenage correspondence with our in-house teenager, Sheena Ferrier. Sheena, what is your advice?
Ma'am, your Your boyfriend is homeless.
I partially agree.
I could not agree more. I think he's super homeless.
He's either homeless, or he's working on the road, or out of country, or he's traveling, but not like mostly homeless.
But it's like every 3 days. How could he be traveling if like every 3 days he shows up at her apartment? He's like, yeah, what the fuck? And he's all like sweaty, disgusting, hasn't showered in the last 3 days since he's been to her house.
Because he's probably stayed in a hotel room.
You can shower in a hotel room.
I don't know, maybe he was working all day, and then he'd go right to her house after the third day, or whatever he felt like.
Or maybe he begs for change on the street.
He might.
He gets really dirty and people spit on him and he gets greasy because he hasn't showered in 3 days. Maybe he's super fucking homeless.
I think we need to ask some questions here. What does his clothes look like normally? Are they
Ooh, that's a good
tattered
question.
and ratty and look like crap? Or is he dressed nice?
Okay, but if he's been working on the road, like assume he's working out of town.
Yeah.
Why does he have a frying pan, 3 cans, a giant knife, his passport, a drug dealer style pile of cash? I think this is a sketchy fucking dude. And I think you need to get so far away from him.
I think it reminds me of a guy I used to work with, Dan.
I think you need to get so far away from this dude.
Yeah.
He's not as nice as you think. There's, like, I would say a 95% chance that he's homeless.
He's either homeless, working on the road, playing you, but more than anything likely, he's homeless.
But I mean, okay, so maybe, like, hypothetically, he could be sleeping at her house that night, and then this other chick that he's texting that he's not going to see her for all of December because he has family stuff.
Right.
Maybe he's also seeing her. And just
It's
like,
very possible that he's seen multiple girls at the same time.
they just all don't have showers.
Or
Some of
he's
them
not
said
allowed
no
to
to that crazy question.
Or they live with their parents or roommates and they don't want him to shower there. There's that.
Maybe.
I mean, unless he's homeless. Well, he was at the bar though. Like, you gotta have money to be at the bar.
It was a party. She said they met at a party.
How many homeless people do you know get invited to parties?
Well, I mean, how many times have you been at a party and been like, hey, do you remember that guy from last night? And everyone's like, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who
that's
that
true.
guy was. Like, a homeless man could... That's the number one place I would go if I was homeless, actually. Life-changing thought.
Yeah, but you'd have to know
There's
where a party
food.
is.
There's alcohol. No, you wouldn't. Teenagers have the stupidest parties. It's like raging, bumping outside. You see a huge party going on, you just walk in. No one's gonna ask you who you know there.
This girl doesn't sound like a teenager though.
I
She
mean,
definitely says she has her own place.
Okay.
So minimum she's 18, let's say.
So even at like late teens, early 20s,
Why would she be
You
going
know
to a high school
everyone?
party?
do you know everyone at every party you've ever been to?
No, but I wouldn't be going to a high school party when I was 19.
Okay, so maybe it's like a house party.
Yeah. So a homeless person would have to know. I think you gotta know what he looks like. Like, if you can't tell that he looks homeless, because when I worked on the road, like, I would never carry an overnight bag with frying pans in it. But I mean, I worked with a guy that did this exact thing with an overnight bag, all his stuff to live with, and a knife, cans of soup, and a frying pan.
That's pretty psycho.
I mean, sometimes he slept on the street to save money.
I would tell all of my friends not to date that guy.
Yeah, I mean, if you explained this situation to one of your friends and they said, "Oh, this is perfectly normal," that friend is a shitty friend.
Yeah, that's pretty psycho. I would not date this guy because worst case scenario, he's homeless. Best case scenario, he's a sketchy fucking dude. Though I mean, okay. So my number one problem. A homeless person doesn't look like a homeless person if they're like trying to infiltrate your life, right? Like he's not gonna like
No.
Hoboken style open up his baked beans and grab his stick with a shirt tied to it and be like, "Oh, off to see the next girl. I'll see you in 3 days, Janet." I don't know what her name is. This is an anonymous email.
But he had 3 pairs of clothes. Like, if you went through his bag, you'd be like, "Wow, these, like, you think all 3 clothes are nice? Why is he homeless?"
I don't know. Why is he homeless?
We don't know if he is homeless. This is our advice. We can give her advice and say he's homeless.
My advice to you,
Real talk.
break up with him. Break up with him. You do not want to be his girlfriend. If you are so desperate that you need to date a homeless man in order to be in a relationship, then maybe you need to take some time to focus on yourself, your wants, your needs, your desires, and put you first. Take some me time and then get back into the dating world and date someone with a home.
I would say my advice is definitely ditch this guy. And if you want to date homeless people, go to a homeless shelter.
Yeah, there's loads of them there.
Yep, some of them are nice.
Also, in the words of Captain Hammer, your real home is in your chest. Oh, so cute.
And I think that needs to wrap this up.
This has been Unsolicited Advice Live. If you liked it, you can drop a comment down below or hit that like button or subscribe to this channel.
Definitely subscribe to this channel.
And we'll see you next time.